இப்பவே கூட ஃபுல் ஸ்கிரீன் பண்ணிக்கலாங்க நீங்க. அடுத்த ஸ்லைட்லாம் ஓப்பன் ஆகுது. ஓகே, அப்படியே விட்டுருங்க.
Yeah, Bhupalan, we can start. So you introduce Shanmugapriya, and then she can start take up the session.
Very happy afternoon and all. So here is a person with lot of potential within us, and she wanted to prove herself always. I knew her from this year February, the way she has done the course and evolved towards the course, right from the self-discovery 1.0, and the same pace she has done the 2.0 also. It was very astonishing that it is not only in terms of knowledge and is also the participation towards the getting scan done. It was ultimate, and also few the feedbacks and the question of learning and the quest to learn and the customer feedback, everything was awesome. And she's getting ready for a 3.0. She wanted to prove herself way more better and also serve this humanity with lot of passion. And here is a person, Mr. Shanmugapriya ji. Please go ahead, Shanmugapriya, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hello, everyone. I welcome you all for my self-discovery 3.0. Let me first give a brief introduction about me. I'm Shanmugapriya. I'm currently a homemaker. I live in a place near Gopichettipalayam, near E Road. So, I have a bandwidth issue. So I didn't turn
No, your voice is audible and you can switch off your video there.
Okay, sir. I'm currently a homemaker. I live in a place near Gopichettipalayam, E Road. I'm an engineering graduate. Initially, I worked in software field only for 4 years, and then after marriage, I quit the job. And currently, I'm at home taking care of the family and kids. I joined MiDNA in Feb 2022. I would like to start my self-discovery 3 with a statement which is very close to my heart after this GPP. Be yourself, but always better yourself. After this genetic brain profiling, I always think in my mind, like wherever you are, don't limit your boundaries. Set your boundaries high so that you can give your best. In first phase of discovering myself, I came to know about my personality, my strengths and weaknesses, my potentials, and also reasons for some of my behaviors. Then, in the second phase of discovering myself, I started slowly accepting myself and took measures to use my strengths and started working on my weaknesses also. And also, I started understanding my family members in a different perspective after their reports. In the third phase of discovering myself, I had the chance to unlock the behaviors of my clients, and also I'm happy to help them to discover themselves. All these things happen because of genetic brain profiling only. In this session, I'm going to first share my views about emotional intelligence, and then the self-awareness, which is most important for emotional intelligence, and then the like the challenges, the different types of the two types of self-awarenesses, and also the about my personality and the challenges which I face because of my personality, then my family reports, and then next my client reports and their testimonials. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence in general is our ability to recognize emotions not only inside ourselves but also inside others. A recent study suggests that emotional EQ is more important than IQ for succeeding in work, life, and also having a better health in general. Like we could, by mastering the what emotional intelligence is, we could be aware of not only our own emotions but also of the emotions of the people around us. Like there are 4 fields which contribute to emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-control, empathy, and social skills. Self-awareness is understanding and noticing our own emotions. Self-control is like being able to control our own emotions. Empathy is understanding the emotions of others, and also social skills, that is being able to influence the emotions of others, that is to motivate them, counsel them. Self-awareness and self-control contributes our self-smart, and empathy and social skill contributes people smart. Self-awareness is the first step of emotional intelligence. That's why I chose self-awareness a topic of discussion for my self-discovery 3. For me, self is low compared to my people smart. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to tune in to your feelings, thoughts, and actions. Being self-aware also means being able to recognize how other people will see you also. People who are self-aware recognize their strengths and also the challenges. Self-awareness, this picture, why I am putting here is that self-awareness allows you to see your life through various lenses, like various lenses, perspectives, and also different possibilities. It helps us to know what should change, what new habits need to be formed, and the dreams we really do have for our life. Many of us grew up with a message that we should not show our emotions. So we try to ignore our emotions or suppress them. Like with positive emotions, it is okay. But with negative emotions, if we if we suppress them, which results in anger, depression, and so on. If we externalize our negative emotions, it will be converted into blame or bullying others. That's why self-awareness is very, very crucial for our life. There are 2 types of self-awareness. internal self-awareness and external self-awareness. Internal self-awareness is only we know about ourselves. That is, when we look inward, we can clarify our own feelings, our own values, our own potentials, our thoughts, our strengths, and weaknesses. That is known to us only. Then external self-awareness is we know how others think of ourselves. That's how we are presenting to others, like being aware of how we appear to others. When we look outward, we understand how people view us. If we have high internal self-awareness, with lot of introspection will be there. We'll be analyzing more about ourselves. If we have external self-awareness, lot of interaction is there. Like we'll be questioning, like public interaction, how I am talking, like how is my behavior, like that. We get feedback from others about us. Like internal self-awareness, we are pursuing our own passion. Like we know what we really want to accomplish. We will be going beyond our dreams. Next, in the external self-awareness, we concern about what others think of us. We usually worry about making a good impression towards others. For a healthy life, both internal self-awareness and external self-awareness should be in balance. Then only we'll be highly aware of ourselves. For me, this external self-awareness is high. Before GPP, I don't look deep into myself, my thoughts, my actions, what I am good at, my own feelings, etc. I always think about others, my family, what others will think if I do this, if I talk like this. Me and I has less importance in my case when compared to others. Like I'm more self-conscious about the way I look. One of the last thing I do before leaving the house is looking in the mirror. Like this picture depicts the different levels of both the combinations of internal and external self-awareness. If we have low internal self-awareness, that is about our inner feelings, and also low external self-awareness, people are seekers. They are called seekers. They don't know who they are, what they stand for, or how their teams, that is their people outside them, sees them. As a result, they might feel struck or frustrated with their performance and relationships. People with high internal self-awareness and low external self-awareness are introspectors. Like they are clear on who they are, what they are inside, but don't challenge their own views or search for blind spots by getting feedback from others. This can harm their relationships and limit their success. And people with low internal self-awareness and high external self-awareness are pleasers. They can be so focused on appearing a certain way to others that they could be overlooking what matters to them. Over the time, they tend to make choices that aren't in service of their own success and fulfillment. For me, this internal self-awareness is low, and I fall in this category, this pleasers. Then people who are having high internal self-awareness and high external self-awareness are highly aware. They know who they are, what they want to accomplish, and seek out and value others' opinions also. This is where leaders begin to fully realize the true benefits of self-awareness. These are the benefits of self-awareness. Self-awareness gives us more self-confidence. When we are highly aware of ourselves, We communicate with clarity and intention. Self-awareness allows us to understand things from multiple perspectives. We are not always focused on one thing. Self-awareness helps us to build better relationships with people around us. After having self-awareness, we'll be moving from fixed mindset to growth mindset. Self-awareness gives us a great ability to regulate our emotions, like it decreases stress, it makes us happier, it develops a growth mindset that we learn from our own mistakes. If you know yourself better, it can really eliminate the the negative influence you have in your life. Like self-awareness builds your confidence level, because if you're highly self-aware, nothing can bring down your confidence. Like initially I was in fixed mindset. That is when I'm studying, or before my before marriage, I'm talking about that. When I'm in school, colleges, I was always in a fixed mindset. Like if I have to do something, I think I should win, then only I'll be doing it. Otherwise, I'll not go into that side. When I am frustrated, I give up. Like I always think my potential is predetermined. I'll not take steps to go beyond my potential. I don't set my boundaries high. Like I always wanted to be in a comfortable zone. Like, and I took feedbacks and criticisms are too personal. Now I'm slowly, after marriage and after getting this maturity level, as years grew by, I'm slowly started moving to this growth mindset. Like failure is an opportunity for us to grow. Like I am just trying to learn new things. And also I'm now taking feedback. The most important thing is I'm now taking feedbacks as constructive to work better. And also I'm also inspired by success of others. Next, this picture depicts the difference between the lack of self-awareness and having self-awareness. If we lack self-awareness in relationships, we'll be having a lot of conflicts, because we don't know how others feel and also what your intentions are. So the mutual relationship is not so good there. But if you're highly aware of yourself and others, like there is no conflict, the understanding is better, we will have a better relationship with the people around us, that is the family, friends, or colleagues, and so on. And if we have low self-awareness, we'll be always have different mood swings. Like we'll be sad always. We don't know how we are and how we perform. Like the awareness is lacking. If we are having high self-awareness, we'll be always a happy person. Like we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses. If we fail also, the next is success. If we have very low self-awareness, we'll always feel for small failures also. A highly self-aware person converts these failures as a stepping stone for his success in life. Next, I would like to play a video about a deaf girl who wanted her dream is to become a violin player. Just please watch this video, and I'll share my thoughts after this video.
เป็นเป็ดแล้วจะบินเป็นคนหูหนวกแล้วจะเล่นไวโอลินเธอจะบ้าเหรอทำไมไม่ไปเรียนวิชาอื่นเสียเวลาคนอื่นเขา
ไปแล้วอย่างสวยงามนะครับสำหรับผู้เข้าประกวดคนสุดท้ายของเราในวันนี้นะครับและในช่วงต่อไปก็จะเป็นช่วงของครับเรายังเหลือผู้เข้าประกวดอีกหนึ่งท่านนะครับในวันนี้เราไปพบกับเธอกันเลยครับ
In this video, this deaf girl is highly aware of her internal desire. And she goes behind her dreams of becoming a violin player. She also gets the feedback and also she gets her learning from the man who she got inspired by, the street violin player. That's where the true awareness comes, both internal and external. This girl turns out all the negative emotions in a creative way into a music. Like, in spite of the rejection and bullying by the other girl, she didn't change herself. She didn't give up her dream. She changed the world around her by being herself, but in a better way. Next, I'm going to talk about my personality. I have C3s in my prefrontal, C2, C3 in my frontal, and C3, C3X in my parietal, and C3s in my temporal, and D3, C1 in my occipital. Majority of C3s in my profile. My temporal and prefrontals have the highest energy. I'm a right brainer. Steadiness and influence are high in my case. Like every personality type, my 100% cognitive nature also has some advantages and also some disadvantages also. First, I'm going to talk about my, the small x in my right parietal. Like generally in my school or college days, I don't like to participate in any sports activities. Previously, I don't know why. I don't like to be physically I'm physically active, but I don't want to be highly active. I always prefers my left parietal activities more, that is writing, cutting the vegetables. Like I prefer cooking instead of cleaning the whole house, that where a lot of movements are required. I always like to be in a comfortable position. Usually I don't like to ride two-wheeler because if we want to ride a two-wheeler, we have to balance a lot. I know now it is because of this small x in my right parietal. Like I have a fear of balancing. Though I am tall, I don't like to take a two-wheeler. Like I prefer to drive car instead of scooter, but that too also with automatic gear. Like if I want to drive manual car, I just avoid it. I am comfortable with this, I'll tell like that. This way, the C3X in my right parietal plays a role, and nobody will believe me. Still, I have the fear of going in the escalator. I always use the stairs. There is this whole body movement, grass motor skills, the balancing is required. And there's other side of the small x. Like if I have to go out or to do any physical work without my willingness, I definitely gets irritated, and always I find reason to not to do those works. Like when I am busy with some work, if my kids calls me for playing or going for a walk or suddenly to do any other work, suddenly I got irritated internally and say no at the first instance itself. Then within a moment I realize as it, and then I'll explain to them that I'll be coming in under a few minutes. Or then like I am physically active, that is there, but I don't like and also I don't like to sit in a place for so long. But when I decided to any physical work, like going out or cooking and all the household work, any heavy works also, I'll be doing it. If someone is planning my day or planning the things which I have to do, my small x in the right parietal shows its behavior. Now, after this genetic brain profiling, gradually I'm trying to stop saying no at the first instance itself. I know there is something which plays a major part in my physical activity, but going out for taking scans, counseling, like I'm an extrovert, I like to go out for shopping, parties, everything. That is I didn't face any problem in all those. But if any outside activities like others for if I have to do without my willingness, then this behavior shows up. Then D3, next I'm going to talk about D3 in my left occipital. Like I would see my D3 in my left occipital as my vision is always in a broader sense instead of a single focus. Like I like to view, if I go out for a shopping or selecting any new things also, first I'll have a look around which are the things which are best, which are unique. I'll select I'll choose one from each of this, and then the C3 in my prefrontal decides which one to choose. My D3 in the occipital focuses on everything which is unique, which is beautiful, which is colorful. Like I always wanted my house to be neat and clean. I select my dresses in a way that it should be unique, and also I wanted my kids to be dressed up in a clean and neat manner. Like I love to read books. Please don't think that I'll be reading the spiritual books, the motivational books, and the fictional stuffs. I love to read all the historical novels. Like when I am reading a book or something in any gadgets, my observation will not be focused. That while I'm reading in the first line, suddenly my focus goes on to the next line, next para. Instead of continuous line by line reading, I just first have a look at the whole book, and then I'll be coming back and reading the line by line things. Like if I'm watching a movie or reading a book also, I'll have a like clear imagination of the scenes, the the artist, the historic movies, the how a king should be. If I'm reading the novel, like I always think and then correlate with the sentence in the book. This is how I look at my D3. And in the next slide, I'm going to discuss about the challenges which I face because of my 100% cognitive nature. Like I find difficulty in accepting orders or commands from others. I always find hard to follow orders. If something is conveyed to me in a normal way, a friendly way, definitely I'll be doing it. But if it is like an order, my inner mind suddenly asks why I should do this. Now I slowly started getting calm down in such situations. And the next, I always wanted some reasons to do something. The why, what question arises inside. I blindly don't do what others said. I need reasons and also the clear explanations. This is what was happening from my childhood. My mom used to say, don't ask so many questions and do what I say. Then the most important thing is, previously, I'm not saying now, but when I was very young, like when the maturity level is not so high, I'm not open to feedbacks. Sometimes I don't like others pointing at me for my mistakes. I took negative feedbacks too personally. Nowadays I already started working on this now, and I'm now open to feedbacks. And this C3X in right parietal I discussed before, and I always in a fixed mindset. Like I always sometimes stick to what I know. Like some people will be always inspired by someone else. They take learnings from, oh, see how good he is, how good she is, how intelligent she is. But for me, getting inspired by others or open to learnings from others was always a challenge previously. Accepting others' views also sometimes hard for me. This was happened when I was in like earlier stages in studies like that. Then I want, the last thing is that I want freedom in everything, that I want things to happen in my own way. I needed freedom in all the decisions and actions. This is because of the C3 in my right prefrontal. Next, this is my family. My husband is Kumaresh. He's into construction business. My elder one is Danishka. She is studying in grade 6. And my younger one is Kyle Netra. She is studying in grade 1. And I have discussed a few things about my UID, my personality, and this is my husband's A1, A1, C1, A1, C1, A1, C1, C3, and A1, C1. My husband is 50% cognitive and 50% affective. Like his long-term memory is high than his working memory. He has C1 in left frontal and C3 in left temporal. Because of this, he remembers many mobile numbers, and also he's very good in financial management. He's also very good in planning things. The challenge he faces where is in the execution, because of the low energies in the prefrontals, and also he has a moderate processor. He is quite organized, always keeps his records and files in a handy way. His word is the highest in his multiple intelligence. Like he talks a lot. He is a good communicator, and I have high energy in my right temporal. I'm a good listener. That's how a balance is happening in my family. He talks a lot, I listen to it. He likes to work in a systematic and traditional way. And this is the UID of my elder one, C1, C1, A1, C3, A1, C3, C3s in the temporal, and also C3s in the occipital. My elder one is 80% cognitive and 20% affective. Many of you might have come across a meme that a wife tells her husband that if you are tired of my attitude, you have no other choice. I already made a copy, and shows her daughter. This is 100% true in my case. Like she is mini me. She's good in her academics and wins prizes in all the extracurricular and co-curricular activities. The area which she has to work is a long-term memory like the planning and the logic, because of the A1, the low energy in her left frontal. And also her body smart is high, and also her occipitals. She's good in arts and crafts. After seeing her report, I put her in badminton and also in the archery because of the occipitals. And this is the UID of my younger one. A1, 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 A2, C3, and A1, A1. The most affectionate person in our family. Like, she's fragile. Her strongest area is right temporal. Like, I have to use different parenting techniques for both of my kids. For my younger one, her emulative processing is high. She takes a lot of inputs from the outside world. So we have to give her always a positive environment. And also, I always want her to be independent. Nurturing plays a vital role here. Her parietals are low, but she plays all the sports that her sister plays, that she got inspired from her. She does skating, badminton, like drawing also. By seeing her sister, she does. Now she's going for Western dance and badminton classes. Next, I'm going into my client profile. This is a report of a businessman. He's 30 years old, and this is his UID: A1, 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 X1, and A1, 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 A1 in all the other lobes. Only X1 in the right frontal. Like, he recently came into his family business. Like, he is highly creative and unique. He has different ideas in the business. He find at times most of the times he finds difficulty in people management, that he is not able to convey what he thinks to the people around him. Like, his thinking is unique, which is different from others. Like, accepting his views by others is a bit difficult, a challenging place for him. That is, make people understand what he thinks. Now he has his own unique ideas to improve their business. Currently, he is working on one such idea, and there are little bit of emotional conflicts also going on inside him because of this X1 in the right frontal. He's not too emotionally attached. And now I'm going to play the testimonial by him.
Priyaka, thank you so much for your consulting on genetic brain profiling. Thanks for the report as well. The report was very apt, and your consulting was very useful. You have explained everything in very detailed manner. I was able to relate a lot of things in my past, all my behavior, my activities, my way of working, everything. By getting this report and your consulting, I'm able to relate all these things with my past work, and now I know like where I should improve and where I should put more effort, and it is helpful for my future career as well. So thanks a lot. Ka.
Next, these are the report UIDs of a husband and wife. He's having like C1, husband UID C1, C3X, and C1, X3, C3, C3X, C3, C3X, A1, A3. 3 small X's in the right side, right lobes, and also X3 in the right frontal. I knew this couple for few years. They are our family friends. When I was telling them about this genetic brain profiling, he wanted the profiling to be done for him and also for his wife. During the counseling session, he accepted the issues he is facing, like in the professional life, in his career, and also internally. And I explained him about the the capital X in the right frontal and the small x in all the majority of the right side lobes. Like this small x in the right lobes is a boon to him, like in his career front. He's doing multiple businesses. He is taking care of his dad's business. He is very successful in his business. Like he has a lot of creative ideas also, and he is implementing that also. But because of the small x in the right prefrontal, he faced some issues in the leadership, that is the people management relationship with his employees. After knowing this, now he changed his working system. Like now he had a person for middle management to directly deal with the employees. And also in his personal life also, he has a actually very good understanding partner. Like her UID is A1, A1, D2, C1, A1, C1, C3, C3, C1, A1. She has affection A1s in the prefrontals, and the strongest area for her is temporals. She is a right brainer. Like she's very understanding, who shows unconditional love to him. Though he has X3 in right frontal, because of the introspection and high spiritual quotient, he is highly aware of all his actions, his feelings, everything. Most of the times, he is the first one to say sorry to his wife whenever there's a conflict between them. This I could find during the counseling session. This was actually a total new learning for me. Like with others also, he's very I evidently, like I was able to see him for past few years. He's very caring and understanding in the family also, with the friends, others also. He has like from this report I learned that if there is an unconditional love and trust in relationships, this X3, this a capital X in the right frontal sometimes may not be of may not affect in the relationships. Like sir usually says that if you're going for a counseling to people with having capital X or small x, please take a paper and pen and go. You'll be having a lot of learnings from them. This is what the learning which I got from this report. And here's the feedback of this person. He said, hi, I took genetic brain profiling report for me and my wife. It was a great experience to know in depth about ourselves. I faced some issues in the workplace with my employees. After this discussion, I knew about my personality and about my leadership skills. Now I know where I have to change. During the reports discussion, Priyaka explained in detail about my personality, how my personal and professional life will be. I have already started working on the areas which I need more attention. And thanks to Priyaka for introducing this genetic brain profiling to us. Next, there are two small kids who are school going kids, and the parents came to us for taking the reports of both of them. Like this is the report of the elder one and this is the report of younger one. She's 11 years old and the younger one is 6 years old. The elder one's UID is C1, A1, C3, C3 a small x in her right frontal, A2, A1, C3, C3 and also C3, C3 in her occipitals. She is an introverted kid having a lot of difficulty in mingling with friends. All these things I could find out during the counseling session. C3 in her right frontal played a major role in her behavior. She hardly adjusts with her sibling. Like the younger one is, her UID is D1, A1, A2. She is also having a small x in the right frontal, but she's a bit younger. She she don't expresses what she is feeling right now. And the A1 in the parietals, A2 A3 and A1 in the occipitals. This elder kid, during the counseling session, for this kid, the elder one, I could find lot of things inside her mind. Because of the small x in the right frontal, she is more analytical with people, like with her mom, dad, sister, and also with her peer groups. Like sometimes she expects her mother to spend a lot of time with her. She blames her mother for not spending time with her, blames her sister for not playing with her. She also told me that my friends are not talking to me, no one is like considering me, I'm feeling lonely. Like it was very hard for me. She's such a very small kid. Internally she's going through a lot of stress. C3 in her right temporal wants love, care, and affection from the people around her, but C3 small x in her right frontal at times make her to detach. Both of her parents were working, like, so they could not spend time with her. After the discussion with the parents, I had a detailed discussion with the kid. She is just 11 years. Her maturity level is so high. Herself is high. So she was able to understand what she is going through inside. Nurturing is going on for this kid. She called me a week back and she said she this for this current academic year she has 4 friends now, and now she started slowly talking more with her family also. And as a part of nurturing, she started drawing. When she started drawing some things whenever she feels lonely, and she sent me few of her drawings also. I'm very happy for this kid. And for this younger one, she has D1 in her left prefrontal. Because of this, like the parents could say she's very like bit slow in her studies. Like internally she has like a bit of like confusion about the spellings, and also telling the answers to the questions also. Her mom is working, she's working in the police department, so she couldn't spend time with her. So after this counseling session, I suggested her mom to be with her, give a confidence level till she's on her own, because this D1 plays some role in her like which is in the execution part, which makes her too slow, like because of the internal oscillation. That is what the nurturing part is going on in this way for her. Like this is the testimonial given by the mother of the 2 kids. Like family, please bear with me, there's a few testimonials are in Tamil. People who don't know Tamil, please bear with me.
மேடம் குட் ஈவினிங் மேடம். வந்து பாப்பா உங்களுக்கு உங்கள் மூலிமா ஃபிங்கர் பிரிண்ட் அனலைசிஸ் எடுத்ததில் எங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் நல்லா யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குங்க மேடம். நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி பாப்பா வந்து லெஃப்ட் பிரெயினர்ன்றதுனால அவளுக்கு கேட்கக்கூடிய திறன் அதிகம். அவள் வந்து அப்சர்வ் பண்ணிவிட்டு நல்லா இப்போ கொஞ்சம் பரவாயில்லைங்க, நாங்கள் சொன்னாவே கேட்டுக்கிறா. இப்போ கொஞ்சம் நாங்கள் நீங்கள் கவுன்சிலிங் கொடுத்ததில் அவள் படிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டா. நான் வந்து யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்துச்சு எனக்கு. நான் ஜாப்புக்கு போயிட்டு வந்துட்டு நான் கேட்டினா கூட இதெல்லாம் நான் செஞ்சிட்டேம்மா பண்ணிட்டேம்மா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி என்கிட்ட காட்டுறா. அதே மாதிரி சின்ன குட்டிக்கு நான் போய் கொஞ்சம் சொல்லி கொடுத்தா அவள் கொஞ்சம் பிக்கப் ஆகிக்கிறா. 2 பேருக்குமே கொஞ்சம் அவங்கள பற்றி என்ன, அவங்க எப்படி அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டதில் ரொம்ப தெரிஞ்சுக்க முடிஞ்சது. அது ஒரு வாய்ப்பாக இருந்துச்சு எனக்கு. அதனால் வந்து இப்போது வந்து பாப்பா அவங்க வந்து 2 பேருமே எப்படி அவங்கள வந்து ஹேண்டில் பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிறத வந்து நான் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன். வந்து எனக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்தது. தேங்க்யூ மேடம். வணக்கம்.
And like these are the family report. Father is a businessman and he has X1 in the right frontal, and mother is a homemaker. She's having some cognitives like C1, C3X in the right prefrontal and C3 is in the frontal. and also C3 in the right temporal. And this is the UID of a daughter. She's just 4 years old. She just started her schooling. A1, A1, X1, A1, and R2s in her parietals. A1, A1, and also A1, A1 in the occipital. Like this, this person, this businessman, his introspection and spiritual questions are high, and the remainings are like on the only X1 in the right frontal, and remainings are all A1s. He knows like what he is going through internally. Like during the counseling session, most of the points, because of introspection, he could connect well. And also, I could hear him many times saying, yes, I was like this before, but now I have changed. All the A1s in other lobes made him to adapt to that situation. Like finally the adjustment came, and this the you in, from this person, the mother, she is having a like a small x in the right prefrontal, and also she expects a lot. She wants lot of family time, like that is what her expectation is, but she tells, I want this, I want to be in a family. But this like a father is a left brainer. He gives for more, first and foremost importance to work, is always logical instead of being emotional. And because of the understanding between the couple, she explains all her expectations. That's why this man was able to fulfill, like there's no internal conflict between them. During the counseling session, I could find them, there are a lot of adjustments in between them, this couple. And when coming to the report of this girl, this small kid, the R2s plays a major role in her like whatever they are speaking, whatever, she's very good at drawing. That is the, like I could say, the positive side of this. And also sometimes the father says, if they are talking something, she's telling exactly the same words, the same things, like what they said. If they like scold someone also, the kid also, because of the artus in the parietals, like she's also like telling the same thing. She is also doing what others did, like this. So I explained the different personality types and everything. This went on like a family counseling, and this is the testimonial given by this person. Hello, Priya. This is regarding the feedback for your counseling. I heard about the fingerprints and brain mapping through Anand. I was curious about it and took the scans. And I was shocked how fingerprints could reveal so much about a person. Your explanation about the different personalities and our positives and negatives made us to understand ourselves better. It is very useful for my daughter, also for her studies. And also you explained about the behaviors of me and my wife could relate a lot of things. Few things I have already changed because of experience, and the remaining things, and I'm going to change hereafter. On the whole, it was a better experience. I will recommend others to take this test for better understanding about ourselves. Thank you. And there are two more client testimonials. This testimonial is from a client who asked a lot of queries about GPP and its trustability. This person, when I was talking to him, the kids are studying, this person's younger son is studying in my younger one's class. They are both classmates. When I was talking to them about this genetic brain profiling, she asked a lot of queries. How it is possible to tell our potentials and behaviors only through our fingerprints. How can I trust it? Is it true? Like that. I said, it's it is up to us. We should experience, then only we'll be believing it. And I said, it's up to you to take the scans. First they took the scan for the father and the elder one. This is the father's UID. This is their elder son's UID. And after the counseling session, they were totally satisfied, and they gave me a testimonial also. Now I'm playing this.
Hi ma'am, regarding your report on genetic brain reading, ஹரன் வைபவ் வைத்தீஸ்வரகுமார் 2 பேர்த்தையும் கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது ஒரு என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ஒரு 85% வந்து எல்லாமே சிங்க் ஆச்சுங்க. அண்ட் நீங்கள் எப்படி மாடிஃபை பண்ணிக்கலான்னு சொன்ன விதமும் வந்து ரொம்ப சாட்டிஸ்ஃபையிங்காக இருந்துச்சுங்க. உங்களோட எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷன் விதமும் வந்து நீங்கள் எங்களை கொஷின் பண்ணி எங்ககிட்டருந்தே கரெக்டாக நீங்கள் அப்படி தானான்னு வாங்கிக்கிற விதமும் எல்லாம் கரெக்ட் சூப்பராக இருந்துச்சுங்க மேம். உங்களை கன்சல்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு ரொம்ப எனக்கு சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைடாக இருந்துச்சுங்க. ஐ ஹோப் நான் எனக்கும் என்னோட நெக்ஸ்ட் சன்னுக்கும் உங்கள்கிட்ட பார்ப்பேங்கிற ஒரு நம்பிக்கை எனக்கு இருக்குங்க. உங்களோட இந்த ஒர்க் ரொம்ப எனக்கு சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைடாக இருந்துச்சுங்க மேம். ரொம்ப தேங்க்யூ. பின்னாக்கும் ரொம்ப நன்றி.
There are this is testimonial from a person who took the scan for himself and also for his daughter. This is the daughter's UID and this is the father's UID. Just playing the test. This girl is having the small x in both frontal lobes, the left and right, and the nurturing is happening. The explanations, the main focus is on this area, her thoughts. And this is the testimonial by the father.
I am Ganapati. I took this fingerprint analysis for myself and also for my daughter Sumanta. Initially, I don't have any idea about how the report analysis will be, and no idea about that GPP also. It is a totally new concept to me. But after the counseling session, it was a very totally different experience, and most of the points I could agree with what our Shanmugapriya told me. Everything was much related to me. This analysis helped me a lot to myself and also to my daughter to shape her in a better way. And also the report interpretation was done in a very clear way and with very interactive. It went in a very interactive way also. It helped me a lot to find who am I and what are my positive areas in which I can shine better. Thank you, Shanmugapriya, for explaining me in detail about the report and also for the changes to be made to make my things better way. Now, me and my myself daughter were already started working on it. Thanks to Shanmugapriya once again. Thanks to MiDNA. Thank you.
And these are the reports of UIDs of father and son. The father is a businessman who is 100% effective, and the son is studying in grade 10 and he has small x in the left frontal. This father is as he is 100% effective, he faced little issues in his business, handling people. He's very liberal to the employees and people makes use of his soft nature and had not given proper outputs. His son is having small x in the left frontal. At times he is so emotional. He sees all the situations emotionally instead of logical approach. That's where the nurturing part and the discussion happened. And this is the testimonial from the father.
ஹாய், நான் பரணி பேசுகிறேன். மிட்னாவில் ஜெனட்டிக் பிரெயின் ப்ரொஃபைலிங் பற்றி மிஸ்ஸஸ் சண்முகப்பிரியா குமரேஷ் எங்களிடம் சொன்னாங்க. எனக்கும் என்னோடய சன்னுக்கும் ஸ்கேன் செஞ்சு அதில் என்னோடய சன்னுக்கு ஸ்டடியை பற்றி, அவனோட ஃப்யூச்சர் ப்ளஸ் அவனோட கேரக்டர் எப்படி இருக்குங்கிற சின்ன சின்ன கரெக்ஷன் எல்லாம் கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம். எனக்கும் பிஸ்னஸ்க்கு நான் எப்படி ப்ரொஃபைலில் எப்படி இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது நல்லா தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டோம். ரொம்ப யதார்த்தமாக எங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் என்ன டவுட் கேட்டாலும் எங்களுக்கு கிளியராக சொன்னாங்க சண்முகப்பிரியா. மிட்னாவுக்கும் எங்களுக்கு மிட்னாவை அறிமுகப்படுத்திய மிஸ்ஸஸ் சண்முகப்பிரியா குமரேசன் அவங்களுக்கும் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப நன்றி. வணக்கம்.
And this is testimony from a mom who took GPP for her son who is studying in grade 8. Like, this is the UID of the son. He has B3 in his right prefrontal. And this is the testimonial.
மேடம், என்னுடைய பையன் ஜிஷ்ணுவுக்கு உங்ககிட்ட பிரெயின் ப்ரொஃபைல் பற்றி பார்த்தோம். எல்லாமே விளக்கமாக எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிங்க. அதில் அவன் என்ன மாதிரியான படிப்பை செலக்ட் பண்ணணும், என்ன படிப்பு சூட் ஆகும், எந்த ஸ்டடீஸ் எடுத்தால் லைஃப்பில் சக்ஸஸ் ஆவான், எந்த ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணால் சக்ஸஸ் ஆவான், வேறு என்ன ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் இன்னும் கான்சன்ட்ரேட் பண்ணணும், அவனுடைய ஹெல்த்துக்கு எந்த ஆக்டிவேட் பண்ணால் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸசைஸ்லாம் ஃபிசிக்கலாக கொஞ்சம் நல்லாயிருக்கும் அப்படிங்கலாம் ரொம்ப நல்லா எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிங்க. அவனோட கேரக்டர், அக்ரெசிவ்னஸ், அது எல்லாமே ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. எல்லாமே ஓரளவு ரியாலிட்டியாக இருந்தது. நான் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணதை விட ரொம்ப நல்லாவே சொன்னீங்க. தேங்க்யூ மேடம்.
And the final thoughts. We all have our unique experience because of which we interpret and perceive our life differently. Therefore, it is very important for us to discover our strengths and weaknesses, our desires, values, etc. Self-discovery is the route to personal growth. Gratitude is the memory of the heart. Thank you, Ratnaswamy sir, for giving GPP for us, for discovering myself and help others in the journey of discovering themselves. And I should thank all the family members who spared time to attend my self-discovery free. And I should thank, importantly, Mr. Bhupalan sir for all the learnings which I got from him. He is my mentor. Throughout all my client reports discussion, his support is always consistent. Like, his motivation, everything was so awesome. I got inspired by his dedication towards GPP and his deep knowledge about the reports. Like, express gratitude whenever you get the chance. When you show your appreciation, you experience more positive emotions. As you develop these positive feelings, our prefrontal lobes gets a boost. The journey of self-discovery is also the journey for healing yourself. When we are constantly learning about ourselves, we connect with who we truly are. This connection allows us to feel comfortable with ourselves, and we naturally start to enjoy our own company and never truly feel alone. Like, we cannot control what goes on outside, but we can control what goes on inside. Like, I would say a few things. Like, I am strong because I know my weakness. I am beautiful because I know my flaws. I am fearless. I am happy. It is important to know our flaws and faults. Acknowledging them is knowing ourselves. First, awareness has to come, and then acceptance. Celebrate who you are in your deepest heart. Love yourself and the world will love you. And I would like to end this session with the statement which I put in my first slide. Be yourself, but always better yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Shanmugapriya. That's a wonderful session. Now I will invite participants to unmute and give their feedback, and simultaneously we will go with the polling also. Yeah, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, go Naji.
Excellent presentation by Shanmugapriya. She's in such a short time. She's completely immersed herself in GBP, and her, of course, cognitive brain has helped her. And I like the observation she made about herself. And there was a good learning for me today when she said that it's because of her C3X in her right parietal. She has balancing problem. Well, that is a big revelation because one or two people have told me that they have vertigo problem. Of course, now I don't remember. This was 2 years back. What their brain design was. Maybe I was thinking I should have noticed if the C3 was somewhere imbalanced, and vertigo problem could be because of balancing problem. I mean, without as much as an X, even C3, if there's a difference between the convergent and divergent, may be leading to this problem. So this kind of minor observations are so good. That's why these self-discoveries, we learn a lot because of this. And thank you, Shanmugapriya. It was excellent. And of course, you have wonderful feedbacks because your counseling was so good. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, anyone else?
Sir, Tejveer here.
Yeah, please, sir.
Shanmugapriya ji, excellent presentation, and this presentation will go in the history of our MiDNA global family as a go-to presentation for so much to learn, and the clarity with which you presented the entire set of profiles. Really good, and lot of learnings. I won't be able to single out one or two. There are so many of learnings in it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ji. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir. So Shanmugapriya has rocked today, and lot of learnings. It's a great work, and surely, as now Tejveer Singh said, it's an history of MiDNA thing to reveal oneself. So yeah, it's a great one, and you rocked.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. Anyone else? Right, a lot of comments are also seen. Bhubalanji.
Shanmugapriya.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations, really. I could able to witness your 2.0 as well as this. And there is a drastic of leap growth. So that shows your dedication, really. So I really, really thoroughly enjoyed the way you started, the way you finished, and the body of content. Everything is awesome. So keep rocking and keep exploring yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Lakshmiji.
Yes.
Yeah, Lakshmi Mohan, please.
Yeah, hi, Shanmugapriya. It was a wonderful presentation, and there was so much of learning happening in this. And yeah, I did attend the first and the second self-discoveries, and this has been so different and so much of learning in this. So thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, Shanmugapriya. All the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Raviji.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations, Shanmugapriya madam. I endorse all the comments, what is posted in that, and also those who said it's a very balanced and a model, self-discovery 3, and you have set the higher bar for the people who are going to present. It gave a lot of clarity, and especially I like that the feedback given by the various group of people. They spoke from core of their heart, and they have experienced it. And as Bona madam was mentioning, that you are learning because of your cognitive pattern, has very clearly, helped you. And a lot of clarity is there. So that's something interesting. A lot of learning also, that as Tejveer ji was telling, a lot of learning has gone to many of the participants here. We will definitely apply in our the process of learning. I think. All the best to you, and you are a great addition for MiDNA family in a next level. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, anyone else? Okay. So I think I should say personally, I'm speechless. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
because the kind of clarity that your personal validation for your challenges and the way you have understood your children, and for a self-discovery 3.0, so many testimonials, though they are in audio, is a great, I would say, response to your work that you have done. And many of the audience may not know how small place you are living, and in such a small place, this many scans and this many testimonials, taking care of the family, the homemaker responsibilities, and amidst all those challenges and responsibilities, doing 61 scans is a great performance. I think the applaud should go to the number of scans you have done. Many often I hear from people how many scans I have to do. I don't feel like telling a number, because the number of scans should not matter. It is the clarity that is very important, and the confidence to present is all the more important. The number of scans should not become, though there can be some norms for saying that after 20 scans and 50 scans you can do your counseling. You are the only one who have exceeded those norms and still at the same time have given so much clarity in your performance as well.
Thank you.
Often I hear people saying, sir, 35 scans, 40 scans done, little less is there, so should I wait for it? But you never ask how many more I have to do it. And when I appreciated Mr. Bhupalan 2 days back, that he has done 200 scans in 6 months, only I knew that 60 scans were contributed by you. That's a great, huge number. All those mentors out there, if you can motivate your mentee by supporting to reach more clients and help them to take up this with a lot more enthusiasm, you just be a mentor within your home, you can still do an excellent performance. It is not necessary that you only have to go out and do get scans and present all of them. You can be a great motivator, catalyst for those newcomers, and still you will be able to learn a lot. Also, do a very smart way of mentoring your mentees as well. So it is very easy to score scans for your personal numbers or personal scores can be enhanced by having more mentees under you, and they becoming very active and aggressively learning, like how Shanmugapriya has done. I haven't seen her anywhere too much of interactions or too much of discussions kind of thing. But I think every time when she takes scans, all were family scans. This has been a hallmark of Shanmugapriya. She hasn't tried single scans and all. It is always father, mother, and children together. So if you see, maybe 20 families or 15 families she must have done, and she has got 60 plus scans. And you can see every family, there is almost one testimonial for most of the families she has done. And I always wondered that people who are in the metropolitan cities struggle to get 1 or 2 scans in a month, and a girl who is in a slightly smaller remote place of Tamil Nadu, if you take the whole state as a one place region, it is definitely very, very inspiring and motivating. And I know that she will do excellently well in the days to come. And the kind of clarity everybody would appreciate and agree that she has almost delivered a 200 scans counseling ability. I can definitely say 50% of those who are having ledgers cannot have this clarity in their counseling experience. That is the reason why many of them are not even coming for the sessions, because they may be feeling depressed and demotivated, because the newcomers are rocking the self-discovery sessions, and compared to them, I think they must themselves be feeling guilty about are not having that confidence to come up. So I feel sorry for them because of their challenges and difficulties, because in the initial days we did not have any assignment like this to understand what is the presenting ability of a person. If you can present well, you can do counseling also well, because it is another way of presenting what you know. And I think all those who are giving a great presentations here naturally will go down in their career and the future endeavors. They will really do excellently well. And when they go to schools or corporate institutions and all, if this is the clarity they can, not even one flaw that you can figure out, so much of slow and at the same time very apt and right words. I'm really envy about her English comprehensive ability, because when you study in a smaller place, obviously a lot of challenges could come in your language ability and understanding. I think she has been a role model, I would say, and this presentation is going to be definitely in the archives. And we would say, you can, if somebody says how to give a presentation, we will definitely say go to YouTube and watch these. And I'm sure for a period of time, these testimonials will get more views and more likes. Subsequently, they'll be topping on the YouTube channel of MiDNA Global Training as well. So I think for me, I did sense in her self-discovery 2.0 itself that she's going to really do well. And right before she gave 2.0, she was telling, I want to go to schools and all, and some schools still she has some connections. I only said that without 2.0 and 3.0, better don't go to schools, because then you should not feel I need somebody's help. With this kind of clarity, you can just barge into any school, any institution, and tell them that you just listen to my presentation and then you make a decision. The more commanding, the more confident you are, I think the schools or institutions, whoever it is, they will definitely come. Please remember, the same product everybody is taking to the market. If somebody is able to do well and somebody is not able to do well, that is the problem of the person who is taking to the market or the presenter, not because of the product. If Anil Kumar has done 1,000+ scans, all the 1,200 scans have come 6-page report, and all of them have come from own counseling, individual personal counseling. I am very proud to say the most experienced counselor in MiDNA. There can be many other people, they may have numbers, but I think Anil Kumar definitely stands out in the whole counseling experience, though he doesn't come and interact in these sessions very often, but I think he knows the stuff and he delivers with the maximum competency that we can do. My only request to all the family members is, if a client goes to Anil Kumar, he goes to somebody who has just done their self-discovery 2.0 and starting their counseling. Maybe 50 scans somebody has done. Somebody has done 1,000 scans. Still the money paid by the customer remains the same. But the kind of outcome that we are giving is definitely totally different and of a different dimension. So my only request to all the family members are, unless you do scans, you cannot master this subject. Just attending the sessions is just an inspiration. But unless otherwise you jump into the water and learn that swimming, it is always going to be, wanting in many areas. So I would say she has been a great role model for all those trainees there. And I'm sure she will be a mentor soon in the network, and she will guide schools and institutions, as well as she can be a great faculty as well. So a right brainer with a lot of converging. I see a great power and potential. And when her children grew up, I think she can be 100% involved in this MiDNA global work. And you can sit in any corner of the country and you can talk to anyone in the world. That is the power of this product and the services that we are offering. I don't think anything can be a limitation. Many people think I'm a homemaker, but she is very proudly saying I'm a homemaker. But if anyone listens to the presentation, they will definitely feel that she is not only a homemaker, she is actually making the world also a better place. So we can say she is the humanity maker or the world maker as well. So that is the power of cognitive potential as well as the power. It could take some time for them to learn, and maybe they'll use their own way of learning. I think Gopalan's contribution, I have not heard her asking anything from me. It's always and everything was only through Gopalan, and few DDS sessions she has participated. Otherwise, it's all she learned on her own and from the audio bites, whatever was given to Gopalanji for her small X and capital X scans. And if you see, notice today, almost all the testimonials have come from children or elders who are having the special reports, what I call the special reports. So it is very nice. It's a challenging experience. Whenever you get a small X and capital X, you should jump, because it's a great opportunity to learn. Whatever you say is going to be acknowledged, and whatever you are not getting acknowledged is your validation. So I think more learnings come from small X and capital X. So pray for more small X, capital X reports, though there are some challenges for the individuals. But one more thing I have observed is, in MiDNA, we are getting frequently this capital X, small X reports. It is not outside the world. Everybody has challenges. It is only those challenges are only coming to us. So it's an opportunity for us to learn, and we are prepared. And as I say, self-discoveries and continuous learning opportunities, if you utilize, I think you will always feel there are more to learn. But if you don't come to the learning sessions, you will think you know everything. And one day you will know that you don't know, you can't recall anything. And that will be the demise of your hard work that you have put in learning genetic brain profiling. So my dear friends, I would like to congratulate Shanmugapriya for this wonderful session. I think and the take-home message for others is, whatever is your profile, if you are committed to committing yourself towards learning, it will happen sooner or later. Because he is 100% cognitive, the learning has happened so deeply and so clearly it has happened. Yes, if you are a moderate processor, then you will have some challenges of learning taking more time. So fast processors learn fast, but they only skim the top, they don't go deeper. The moderate processors are like submergible or submarines. They are below the water, so they really don't know what is happening to them. And the normal processors are like the ones who are there. When they need, they come up. When they don't need, they go down. I think it's a great way of learning. So I continue to believe that normal processing is a great power, because you go deeper, at the same time you don't you don't drown also. So it's a great opportunity, and I think she's an example for demonstrating that. And I'm very happy to tell that she has cleared, and she can directly now take up lecture and become an ABC mentor and start mentoring schools, institutions, as well as individuals. And I'm sure she will be a great asset, like Bhuvanaji said. She's a great asset for MiDNA Global, and I invite her to travel with us and be the torch who will guide others. So ultimately, everybody should aspire to become torch, and that is the way you see your life better, and you help others also see their life better. And I love that first slide, that be yourself, but there is no, you should not leave, you should not forget bettering yourself. That's the most essential. Knowing is not enough. Growing and glowing is the only way that we realize, we actualize our existence in this planet. So thank you very much, Shanmugapriya. All the very best, and let us take a break at this point of time and go ahead and rock the future opportunities that come on your way. Yeah.